Saturday the 6th of August 2011. Welcome to today's United Kingdom Talk. I missed you yesterday, if you remember, in, what was it, Thursday's show. I did tell you I wouldn't be with you Friday because I was going to redo the roof on my lean-to. And my best mate came over, Ron. He wasn't going to do much, to be honest. Just stand there and hold the nails, really. But he came over, and guess what happened? It just poured down with rain all day long, so we didn't get anything done, I'm afraid. It didn't happen. Most disappointed. So there we are. It hasn't been done yet. The bits of plastic are still on the floor in the lean-to, and now I've got to wait till next Friday before he can come. It's not something you can do on your own. I mean, I'll be doing all the climbing and putting it up because he's got a bad back, but you know, not something you can do on your own. So I've now got to wait till next Friday, which was, incidentally, the day I was going to try and get rid of the shed, or at least... Good morning, Katie. There she is. I was going to start taking the shed down, but that's gone a week back now. I hate... When there's a job needing to be done, I like it to be done. I hate that waiting, but there you go. That's going to be how it is. So no shed done, unfortunately. And I did miss you yesterday. You're probably thinking, well, you must have had time to do a show then. Are you thinking that? Are you? Well, no, actually. We found loads more to do. I went swimming in the morning. And for some reason, I woke up quite late when was it now, on that day? And 11:45 I woke up. I don't know why that was. I usually get up at 9 o'clock. On the other hand, on a Wednesday is my busiest work night. That's when I do karaoke at Belushi's in London Bridge, Borough High Street. And that's my busiest and sort of most work-intensive night, I would say, with equipment to put together and take about. And, you know, it's a long journey and it's a very, very busy night. And I think that affects my getting up time on a Thursday. Usually I'm up sort of around about 8:45, 9 o'clock. So there we are. Someone to thank, please. Alan, who gave me assistance with an Excel problem. Yes, the Excel is something to do with the computer. It's like a, you know, you type things onto a screen and it makes tables and things and prints something out. And I had a problem with the numbers. You know, like you've got columns. If you've got Excel, you'll probably know exactly what I'm saying there. You know, you've got columns, okay? So you've got, say, a list of, in this case, it was karaoke songs. So you could have ABBA, Super Trooper, Kylie Minogue, Better the Devil You Know, and Prince, 1999. Now, when it came to the numbers, okay, 1999, for example, they were going on the right-hand side of the little boxes instead of being on the left-hand side with the rest of the text. And I couldn't work out how to do it. Well, Alan on Facebook came to my rescue, so thank you very much for that, Alan. Much appreciated. And as usual, it's as simple as being a little tick in a box, isn't it? All these, there's probably no computer problems that haven't been fixed, or very few, by simply putting a tick in a box. So thanks very much for that, Alan. I had problems with my router as well a couple of days ago. For some reason, it lost its passcode, and I couldn't connect anymore. The router, it's got plug-in things on the back for wired. All the houses, all the computers in here are all wired in. However, I have a laptop and a mobile phone, and a couple of other wireless devices, a Roberts radio, and they all rely on picking up the wireless. And that part of it stopped working, and I rang up the Virgin Media people. Bloke in India answered, or wherever he was. Very helpful, and we got it going very quickly, simply by resetting the router by creating a new password. So we're not quite sure what happened there. But what happens for that? Why does that happen? Okay? It's been all right for... I must have had that router 2 years. Never been a problem. And all of a sudden, for no reason at all, it loses its password. Strange, isn't it? Has anyone got the answer to that? Why does something like that happen? Eh? It also happened with a website I had. UnitedKingdomRadio.co.uk, which was a little station I was running. It's now finished. Okay? But the diversion on that went wrong. And when I went to look at it, one of the characters was incorrect. How does that happen? How does it happen that a router can lose its password. Anyway, if you've got any ideas of that, I'd be interested to hear. Okay, the email address of the show is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Right, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Our regular correspondent taxi driver, Nick, writes a story concerned with his taxi. He sends us in little stories of people and things and animals that have been in his taxi. And this particular, these are all true stories, okay? This particular story, Mimi, a Muppet, a Mobile and a Mutt. Ready? Then I'll begin. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I could do children's stories, don't you think? They should bring back Jack and Ori on BBC One. They used to have a bloke sitting there telling stories. Prince Charles did that once. Once upon a time, there was a fairy princess. His name was Chris Reardon. Eh? Here we go. Mimi, which was his taxi cab at the time, called Mimi. Okay, he always gives his vehicles names. A Muppet, a Mobile and a Mutt. On one very rainy Monday a few years back, Mimi and I got to the front of the taxi rank at Victoria Station, when a right old pally sort of chap rolled up to the window. With his pooch on a lead, mobile to his ear, while continuing his conversation, he handed me a scrumpled piece of paper with an address in Camden scrawled on it. I gave him the nod, and they got in. Vroom! We were off. The combination of the beating fat drops of rain on Mimi's roof and the constant jabber-jabber of Mr. Motormouth on his mobile gave me a slight headache. We finally arrived at our destination. We pulled up and stopped the meter. Click! I mean, I don't actually know if it goes click. I'm just assuming it goes click when you stop it. Does that happen? I don't know. Still on the blower. But by the way, those of you in America, a blower is a phone, okay? It's like East End slang for phone, okay? Blower, telephone, okay? While still on the blower, he got out, paid, and was gone. I reset the meter, click. Once again, I don't actually know if the meter goes click. I'm just assuming that you get click. I don't know. I'll have to have a ride in your cab, I think. I reset the meter and pulled off. We'd only gone a couple of blocks when all of a sudden a wet black nose stuck through the partition window, immediately followed by an incredibly loud bark. Roof! I don't know how loud it was. Roof! Roof! Any idea? I don't know. Oh, another roof! Another dog bark, then I heard it. Roof! The dogs are talking to me. Won't be the first dogs that spoke to me, I'm telling you that now. Unbelievably, Motormouth was so wrapped up in his chitter-chatter that he completely forgot to take his mutt with him when he left. So, taken by surprise was I. Oh, sorry. So taken by surprise was I almost crashed and had a coronary simultaneously. Oh, you don't want one of those, dear. Don't be having coronaries. I can't afford to lose any more listeners. They're dropping down like flies, to be honest. Please don't anyone be ill over the next few years or die. I can't take any more losses. But I managed to regain my composure, all while Muttley was continuing to bark. Woof! 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 Like that he was going. I U-turned Mimi and drove to the back of the house of the Muppet. That's the bloke who was on the blower, which is a telephone. Sure enough, as we approached, he was at the gate looking very worried and a bit sheepish, but still on the phone. I returned. Doesn't it annoy you when people are on the phone all the time? Does that annoy you? They're always on the phone, even when they're on the phone all the time. I returned him his manic mutt and promptly gave him the only advice that seemed appropriate. Namely, next time, matey, might suggest that you leave your phone in the cab instead of your dog. That's if you ever have it surgically removed from your ear. After which I sped off in search of a more saner punter. That's all for now, TTFN. And that's from Nick the Cabbie, who incidentally has recently sent in a new video, which I shall be showing on the on this little show very soon. All right, that's it for the show today. Thanks so much for watching and listening. I'll see you on the next one. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Don't forget you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com// am I talking too quick? /Chris Reardon UK. See you soon. Bye-bye.